this is my last hunter build. This is possibly my favorite. Well, favorite in terms of most fun. I'll say it like that. It's my Caliban's Make 'em Pop build. Um, Also, just make sure your fragments match whatever you're doing with your subclasses, since we do have strand buffs, we have stasis buffs, and then we also have a plethora of solar. Now, what's great about this build, my Caliban's Make 'em Pop build, I'm gonna take a picture of this real quick for you. These are all my mods that I'm using. I play this one a little differently because it's very hard to be aggressive with your abilities with this one. Um, so, um, these are all my mods. I make sure that I have high mobility and a good spread of strength and discipline, because that is what's required for Calibans to make them pop. I've built mostly into solar, because Igneous is my slower weapon, and I'm using conditional for more explosions and, of course, the stasis fun free stuff. Um, Now, what makes this make 'em pop is that when you tag somebody with your throwing knife and fusion grenade, it's an instant ignition. It's the Wombo combo from the previous, like the Void. So let's say they're all over here on B, and it's just that tags everybody who's standing in there, and it just creates a chain of ignitions, and it is so much fun. Um, you want to make sure you do have Radiant, so you want to proc Radiant either through solar weapon kills, getting precision hits and shit like that with the artifact, or you guarantee a kill with your knife. Hence the right here, knock them down aspect. While Radiant final blows with your throwing knife fully refund your melee energy. Now, if you're on a spree, your solar weapon will scorch enemies while giving you Radiant, so if you can just go in and finish them off, you can do that. Also, this is Mayhem. I can just throw 50 million of them and get an ignition that way. But this is one of my most fun builds. I absolutely enjoy this. It's got a higher skill curve because, again, I don't have a lot of abilities that just allow me to close the gap, like with Stasis or Strand or Void. For this one, it's all gunplay. You gotta get there. But if you can get in there, you can cause some gnarly ignitions and just light up a whole room. It's a ton of fun. You can choose your super. I prefer Blade Barrage for one and done, but if you want to do Golden Gun, feel free. But yeah, this is everything. Gambler's Dodge, Strafe Jump, Proximity Knife, Fusion Grenade, knock them down on your mark. And the fragments are all built into Scorch. Ember of Char for spreading Scorch more easier. Ember of Ashes applying Scorch. Eruption, Ignitions have bigger area. Wonder, rapidly defeating targets with solar ignition. That gives me orbs and a little resilience bump, which is nice. And then Searing, which feeds back into the loop, because not only do I get more melee energy, fire sprites give you more energy for your abilities too, and you can just keep it going. Just chain explosions, one after the other. It's so much fun. Pop. I fucking love this class so much. It's so much fun. It's some of the most I've ever had. But yeah, your dodge is the same here. I'd actually recommend possibly using the Gambler's Dodge. Yeah, that's what's on here. To get your melee back faster should you need it. With this, I'm getting my grenade back faster than I am my knife. So, hence why I've built into that. But yeah, lots of fun. Highly recommend. If you do not have conditional or igneous, any solar weapon, and then whatever you want to pair in your kinetic. But yeah, this one's a lot simpler. But again, it's got a higher skill ceiling, and it's just so much more fun. So much more fun. Fucking love it. Anyway, that's it. This one's going to be a lot shorter. Um, Again, high mobility, depending on what weapon you have, for higher strafe. And the whole point of this is to have high strength, high discipline. Solar's built different, so if you're hitting your shots, you will get your super very quickly, even with an incredibly low intellect. That's the word I'm looking for. So, yeah, that's it. That's all of them. Most of the builds I have, or at least the ones I use the most. But yeah, heart your face, goddess. Get you online. Whee!